ZZ109FM Talk Radio. This is Elsie Jenkins. Talk radio is alive, or are you alive? You got to be if you're hearing my voice. Lord have mercy. In the studio today to talk about the world issues is Loratti. Loratti, how you doing over there?
Miss Jenkins, I'm doing fine. I'm doing very, very well. I'm blessed to be here. No complaints.
That's good to hear, Lord. That's good to hear. In a world of turmoil. Also in the studio with us is 10th grade education, Bob. Bob, when you gonna make it to the 11th grade? Lord have mercy.
Well, listen, you old hag, I tell you right now, I'm almost there. Hopefully this June I'll be 11th grader.
Lord have mercy. It'll make no damn sense. A grown-ass man still in high school. Lord have mercy. If you out there and you still in high school and you old as hell, get your stuff together. Lord, it'll make no damn sense. Embarrassing, that's what I say. Just embarrassing. Almost as embarrassing as Trump, the President of the United States, going in and causing all this trouble and drama. We're not surprised. We knew he was a troublemaker. But here he goes. Down to Venezuela, trouble. Over to Iran, couldn't talk to these people, trouble. And now he's tapping on the door of Cuba. Now, Cuba is a small problem attached to Russia, which is a big problem. That's the problem I have with you going over there messing with Cuba. If anything, you should have kept the negotiations going on in Iran and you should have wanted to invade Cuba first. If Russia didn't do nothing about that, then you go on to Iran, because at that point you're good to go. They're not coming in because of Cuba. They damn sure ain't coming in because of Iran. Got to worry about China. See, China's got things at stake in regards to that oil in Iran. Nonetheless, he's talking about dealing with Cuba, blocking them off from their fuel, and they having outages and so forth. And you know, when people do these things, they don't think about the children, the hospitals, the areas that need power to keep the food and stuff frozen. What about these resources that need refrigerating, medicines? We do these things over here and don't think about the consequences and lives that could be lost because people can't get their medication because the medication has expired due to not being refrigerated. Something has to give. Something has to give, because the next thing this fool's gonna do is invade Canada, and Canada don't even see it coming. They don't even see it coming. U.S. is gonna take over Canada next. And I hope Mexico is ready, because they got a small taste of Venezuela. A small taste of what's gonna happen to them if they ain't careful. Look at this damn war. Look at these prices here. Lord have mercy.
Grandma, $900 million a day. Every day. For 3 weeks. That's a lot of money we could have used here in America. We could have used those kind of resources here in America. So much we could do. So many lives we could change to improve this place that we call the United States. I tell you right now, that's a lot of Coronas and chips and dip being wasted because we can't talk to somebody at a table and try to get things done.
Absolutely. Can't talk to people because we can't get things done. And you look at Trump's staff, member of Homeland Security, commander resigning. Of course he's resigning because don't nobody want to be in that sentence, guilt by association. Let's repeat that again. Guilt by association. So all the people he's brought into this organization are now associated with everything he's doing. And this one man said, you know what? This Iran invasion is not what I paid to, not what I signed up for. This shows that, you know what? People, no matter what side you're on, some people still have integrity. I don't care if I work for Trump, but I tell you one thing I'm not going to do is go and do things that I feel that are unethical and unjust. And this man said goodbye as of today. That's a strong message to anybody that's feeling they're trapped in the Trump administration. You're not trapped. You can leave anytime you want. And this ain't the last person that's going to leave. Oh, no. But this is a very strong message sent to everyone that's around Trump. You are now guilty by association. You need to unassociate yourself with what he is doing. I think it sends a very good message to the American people that, you know what, we didn't sign up for this. We want things to be great, but we didn't sign up for this. This wasn't part of the conversation. In fact, in their beginning of the quest to be in the office, they said they weren't going to do these kind of warmongering things. But here we are, $900 million a day. And the total cost is $18.9 billion as of the week 3, 21 days into this. $18.9 billion. Doesn't make any damn sense. So we're creating more enemies, raising prices, which are already raised up for fuel. And if the fuel costs go up, then companies think they can raise our rates. And since we're talking about rates, Dominion Power in Virginia ought to be ashamed of themselves when you look at your electric bill and it says $730-something. What am I running? A restaurant in my house? And a laundromat where people can come and wash their clothes in my house? No, I'm doing the same damn things I've been doing for the last 15 years I lived in my home. I've been conserving and using my resources in my home wisely. So my bill goes from $100 a month to $700 a month. Doesn't make any sense. Now, you look at this damn bill and you're going to see some things on this bill that's going to tell you what the hell is going on. Let's take a look here at this bill. Loretta, pull that bill up because you know what? This is the reason why we need to get the hell up out of America and go somewhere else and live in this beautiful world. Thailand is looking mighty good right now. Thailand is looking mighty good. Grandma, you know what? I'm thinking about Thailand my damn self. You can go there and live like a king. You just got to learn about the culture and try to become part of their culture. But I don't mind being a part of their culture if it means getting away from all these increasing prices. Yeah, I don't care either. I'm trying to get away from these $700 electric bills because by the time I pay that, I ain't got no money left over. That is correct. As you look at this bill, you're going to see all these charges on here. These are just some of the charges. But the main one I want you to look at this is this rider, OSW, offshore wind. $3.46. Why are we paying for offshore wind? What does that got to do with my electric bill? What does that got to do with me using my toaster? What does this have to do with me? The rider PPA power purchase agreement. What the hell is that? A credit 21 cents. Let's go down here, deferred fuel costs. Now, every company, even McDonald's, uses trucks to get their goods to McDonald's. But I don't see a fuel cost charge on my receipt when I go to McDonald's, when I go to Target, when I go to any place, I don't see a fuel cost charge on there. Why are you charging us for fuel? And then this uh, representative of the company, and she's not the one making all the money. That's the one I want to see on the TV screen. The multi-billionaire that's not paying to run his company. We're paying to run his company. Now, mind you, if you look up at the top, you're going to see generation, 1138. Transmission. They're paying you to get the signal to your house, $11.38. Fuel. Who broke this down? What idiot, what educated idiot broke this down like this? Broke this bill down like this. Rider Regional GHG Initiative, $3.23. What does that got to do with the American people paying for their electric bill? Non-bypassable charges. Rider Clean Energy Project, $1.24. With 1 million customers, that's $1 million damn dollars. A billing cycle. Go down another one. Rider CCR Coal Ash Closure. What the hell does that got to do with us as consumers? $1.73, 1 million customers, that's another $1 million. These people are making $1 million for each item on us as customers of Dominion Power. That's $1 million for the clean energy projects. Another $1 million a billing cycle. That's $2 million. Offshore wind, we talked about that. 3.46 for 1 million customers. That's $3,400,000 a billing cycle. Deferred fuel costs, 2.25. That's going to go up due to the war. Any billing fuel costs here are going to go up due to the war. So if you think that 2087 is a lot, that's probably going to double or triple because of Trump. And if these things are doubling and tripling, that means your bill's going to double and triple. And right now, the bill is $700. You're not going to get $2,100 out of me. You're not going to get $1,400 out of me. And by God, you're lucky you got $700 out of me. Because 1 or 2 more $700 electric bill payments, and I'm done with you. I'll figure it out. You can shut my electric bill off. With $700, I can figure out something. I can go buy about 100,000 tap lights and start putting them all over the house just to light the house up and just change the batteries in them. Hell is wrong with you people. You're going to force us to do something. You're going to force us to figure it out. That's what you're going to do. Because people on budgets, right now your budget is almost over budget. With a $100 bill going to $700, that other $600 was used for you to pay your bills and buy food and maybe have a little bit of money for yourself. So how are you going to do that from a $100 bill to a $700 bill? How are you going to be able to take care of yourself now? North Carolina's going to court. If North Carolina wins, hopefully Virginia will fall behind them and sue Dominion Power. And then maybe we'll just see an electric bill and taxes. And after, this has been going on for years now. 5 to 10 years they've been sneaking these charges on these bills. We ought to get a discount. Because they have made over $1 billion on 1 million customers per grid. That's per grid. Because you got customers all over the country paying these fees. And they've been getting away with it. Well, not today. You give me another $756.75 bill. I tell you what, give me 1 or 2 more of them damn bills. And we'll see how much longer I keep paying y'all. I'll sit in the damn dark and get me a sterno set and heat my stuff up and find some way to heat my closet and get in my closet with my blanket and close the door. Maybe the gases will kill me, but you know what? The bill's not going to kill me. Hell's wrong with these people. And I see why people getting off the grid. Who's going to keep paying these prices? You get off the grid, you ain't got to pay these prices. And when I say get off the grid, I mean get you a damn mobile home. Get you a trailer. Get you something that allows you to disconnect from these people. Now, add the increasing cost of rent and mortgage and taxes, which the cities every year. Hampton, Virginia is one of the worst cities on the planet. Do not move to Hampton, Virginia. You may go there and work and make a ton of money. That's the only reason why you're there, is to make a ton of money. But to go there and live and bring your family, it is not the city to do that. With that being said, these suckers got the nerve to send you a tax form for your year, for your property, and do it with 3 years in advance so you can see your property values go up and what you're going to pay in taxes in the future. And it's all increasing, not decreasing. These people don't care because you can't do nothing about what they're doing. And they're steadily making money, but Hampton don't even take this money they're making and reinvest it back into the city appropriately. I'll show you some big ass potholes. I'll show you some decrepit ass parts of the city that have stayed decrepit. No improvements on the East End except for the areas that you want to improve because y'all got some underlying plans going on. Trust me, these new buildings that y'all have created are not affordable for the poor and lower income people. We're not stupid. You think we're stupid, we're not stupid. And when I say we're not stupid, I'm talking about, let's move on to the next area. Epstein sightings. We're not stupid. We know that somebody in this whole scheme of things paid 2 security guards some money for 12 months and then gave them $5,000 a week before Epstein disappeared. Used them. They didn't know what was going on, but they were told, here, we're going to give you some money for 12 months, and then that week that you go in there and you get done with your training and so forth, we're going to make sure we get you over there in the area we want to affect. See, they couldn't have got over to Epstein without somebody internally putting them over there to do what they paid them to do for 12 months and then a final sum of $5,000. You roll the dice. 2 security guards happen to be over there to work. How convenient. It wasn't a lottery that got them over there. Somebody internally placed them there, thinking we wouldn't figure it out, like we're so stupid. Like Americans are so stupid. We're not going to figure it out. Well, we figured it out, fool. You're a fool. Then you took these 2 security guards down because they can't explain where that extra money come from. They just started the job. They ain't got no second job. They can't explain that $5,000. They don't have jobs there at the prison no more. Casualties of your damn war that you created and hiding the truth. You slipped Epstein out, and now we got sightings of his ass around town. If he is free and is alive, there's a pedophile on the loose. If he is alive and running around, there's a pedophile on the loose. And when you go back and look at the information here, you've got all these areas of red flags. Autopsy. Where's the autopsy at? And I've talked to some people that worked in federal prisons before. They can tell you up and down, left and right about the procedures there. And one guard told me there's no way he could have hung himself when you look at the picture. No way he could have hung himself from the ceiling. And the bed wasn't
high enough for him to get the leverage and the gravity needed to help him strangulate himself. This is a security guard that worked there for over 30 years in a federal prison. We supposed to be so stupid and listen to what these people tell us, but we ain't stupid. And we not listening to what you tell us. And then what they don't realize when they do pull these things off is that there are cameras everywhere. There are people all over the place with integrity. And if I saw Epstein riding in a sports car, having a good time, like nothing could touch him, I'd take a picture too. Well, it's a good Epstein look-alike, but this sucker looks like Epstein. And he's a pedophile, and I think anybody that recognizes this ass, you know what? Take one for the team. Grab his ass, tie him up with duct tape, put him in your back seat, and drag him to the nearest TV station. Don't go to the feds, because you know it's an inside job. The feds are on his side. They obviously enjoy his money. Somebody does in there. The feds got some, what we call them, traitors. There's some traitors in the feds because the feds, somebody in the feds paid these 2 security guards for 12 months. Somebody in the feds gave them a last payment of $5,000. And somebody in the feds got them in the positions of the prison. They could have worked anywhere in the prison. Door entry, checking the guys when they come out the showers. I mean, they could have got all kind of positions, but they put them in high priority positions. These are high priority positions. You put your best security officers in these areas to make sure that nothing goes down. And if anybody there is mediocre, you replace them immediately with a more competent security officer. We don't want nothing to go down. If I'm the head of security there, we don't want nothing to go down with Mr. Epstein inside of that room. I want checks, double checks and triple checks, and I want them all marked and annotated. This is what a real security supervisor has nothing to do with this is saying. Meanwhile, these security officers was told, when you get that $5,000, I need you to miss a check. So they're circumventing that high priority security officer, supervisor. They've been paid $5,000 to do that. So no matter how well he tells them they need to do their job, they're missing a check. What's interesting about this is how do they know which check to miss? How do they know which check they have to miss? They have to be specifically told which check not to miss. And who knows about the internal checks within the prison than someone within the prison? Inside job, there's a traitor in the feds. There's a traitor in the feds, and they're walking around right now in the feds' employ. That's right, you're a traitor. You set up these security guards. They don't work there no more. They got fired. But you got your goal done. You was able to get that window you needed. This ain't but 1 minute because the security footage that was leaked, it was leaked, and it shows, the situation, and it's supposed to say, everything here is clear. We have it here. No one went in. But you see, what you didn't count on was the real detectives out here that have the real tools to go and double check your video footage. And what they found was a minute was missing from the video. 1 minute. And that's all it takes to walk somebody out to prison. 1 minute. So, here we are. Who do you trust in this grand system that we have? I don't trust anybody. From the president on down to your lonely security officer that don't make enough money but took a bribe to miss a check and got $5,000 to do it. Also got terminated. But then when we look into it, they found another job. How do you find another job in the field of security after you missed a security check that allowed this man to get killed? Is beyond me. But some jobs are desperate. Some jobs we're short-handed. I don't care if Epstein got killed on your watch. Come on in.
Lord have mercy. We don't get it in America. We do not get it. We don't get it.
Grandma, you're right. It doesn't make any sense. It's an inside job all the way. I have to agree with you. And at this point, they've gotten away with it till these cameras start and cell phones start picking up images, clues. These are clues helping us put two and two together. I'm like, why is someone looking like Epstein riding down the street? I mean, his face isn't a unique face. There are a lot of faces that are similar to his face. But this picture right here, it's pretty close. Pretty close. Yeah, I gotta say, if I saw him come in the convenience store, I'd be like, look here, don't I know you? Don't I know you from somewhere? You look familiar. Yeah, he looks very familiar.
Well, I wouldn't put it past these people, and for the security guards. See, that's a red flag. For them to miss a check and then get $5,000 a week before. Someone inside wanted them to do so. Moving on. We almost done with this talk radio segment here. Look, people, these scammers out here, they're not that smart. So you shouldn't get scammed by a scammer. And I want to just make sure you realize this special tool to help you with scammers. If you don't call them for something and they reach out to you, then it's a scammer in 2026. So, be mindful. We do parking and we do tolls depending on where you live. But these people, when they get your license or you run through their toll scanners, they give you an invoice. And they send that invoice to you based on the information on the plate, the address on the plate. Unless you've got a reader where you have them scanning your card and taking money out your account where you don't have to deal with it, they're going to scan your plate, get the address, and send you an invoice in which you have to pay your toll or your ticket. It's that simple. They're not going to come to you via text message. Some people are seeing this text message and taking it as, oh, I need to go ahead and pay this ticket. They're going to tell you, oh, yeah, we're going to take you down to the river and drown you and bring you back to life and drown you and bring you back to life. And if you pay it now, we'll think about not doing that. So here you go, putting in your credit card information, and you say, oh, now that ticket's paid. And now they have access to your bank account, and now your ticket has been plucked. And your account has been drained. And now when you go back to get you a hot coffee from Wawa's, your card says declined. All because you tried to be having the initiative to pay your ticket alert that you received as a text message, which was a scammer. It was a scammer. And believe it or not, they got some people. I tell you right now, old people got it bad because when you're old, you see something like that, you're like, oh, Lord, have mercy. Let me pay this ticket. I don't want my license to be suspended. Lord, let me get my credit card here and let me pay this. Oh, let me pay this. Oh, my goodness. That's the first thing the old folks do. Well, Elsie Jenkins don't do that. I didn't call them. I didn't reach out to them. So they reaching out to me? No. This ain't them. This ain't them. And if you are concerned about a ticket or a toll, then call them. Reach out to them. ZZ109 FM, this is Elsie Jenkins. This year 2026. We told you it was going to be a doozy. Enough to make you woozy. And this is just March. This is the beginning. Now we're going to look at a few things that are possible indicators of the future to come. The weather. If you go to your western part of the United States, they're already pushing 100 plus degrees temperatures. 107, 108, 109. Meanwhile, up north, they've got freezing temperatures. Snow. Down south, if you look around, the bugs are already moving around. Bugs are already out. Full-grown wasps are already out. Now, I'm not going to be the bearer of bad news, but I'm going to tell you right now, if you got your Bible near you, you need to look. You need to look and you need to understand that these times are the ending ones. Ending times. And if you're over there shivering, Loratti, and Bob, you over there shaking, you need to be shaking. The ending times are near. And if you don't see the signs, well, you're just not going to see them. All you're going to feel is a brisk, hot, flaming, burning sensation as the earth burns up through its apocalypse of death. But if you're paying attention and you're noticing these things, then you're mentally, you're physically, and you're spiritually getting prepared for them. See, it's no task for you because you understand what you need to do to get you ready. ZZ109 FM. You look around the world today and you see the events. Put two and two together. Elsie Jenkins, LORATTI, and 10th grade education Bob out of here.